I do bring lots from my swimming career now. And as I said, I still love that feeling, which definitely taken into my new career.
The question is, you must be in, reasonably high pressure situations these days, even if it's a call with an important client or something like that. But is there anything from your sporting life that you've taken through to your professional career, your new career, in terms of dealing with high pressure situations and being able to perform at the right time?
Oh, 100%. And it's funny because when I look back now, even with my career and, as you say, taking on like a kind of new journey, I feel like I could never experience the same amount of pressures and like highs that I've experienced like in sports, the environment and, if I didn't perform at the international competition, like my funding would be taken off me. So that would give me nothing. I would have nothing to train with. I would have to look after my own finances, but also like, I guess with swimming, the competition, there has always been that. And I've been surrounded in a competitive environment since I remember doing my first competition at like 7 or 8 years old. I was competing. And so it kind of feels like it's just part of my lifestyle. So I love being in a pressure environment. I feel like I thrive in a pressured environment. I feel like it brings the best out of me. I feel like I perform at my best. And I enjoy those moments because, when you retire from sport, it can feel like, you've experienced so many highs and adrenaline and pressure environments. Now I actually am like grateful and love those environments. And I feel like it brings out the best in me. So I do bring lots from my swimming career now. And as I said, I still love that feeling, which definitely taken into my new career.
Most 13-year-old girls don't, get up at 5 a.m. to go and do 2 hours in the pool and then, move to like 100 miles away from where you're from just to devote a career to athletics. You obviously had natural talent, but, talent doesn't really get you to the Olympics. It's an enormous amount of dedication and drive. Why have you got that dedication and drive? Where does it come from?
The golden question. Looking back, I think when I have a look at it, I think who I was surrounded by has played a really huge part. I've been very lucky to have coaches that have really challenged me, have, really managed to get the best out of me and inspired me and motivated me, but also my mum and dad. I actually think I'm the least competitive in my family. My mum and dad are super competitive as well. Don't play any board games with them because honestly,
I was going to say Trivial Pursuit must be interesting around Christmas time, then.
But no, I guess being surrounded. But I remember from a young age, my mum and dad giving me exposure and getting me to try out so many different sports, and I loved it. I absolutely love sport. I still do now. But I guess having that exposure, like swimming was just a sport I loved. And I always remember my dad saying to me, I'll race you to the football post, or I'll race you to the tree. Or there was kind of always that competitive side of things.
Yeah.
And then probably just nurtured by some incredible coaches and some incredible people around me that have really given me the power to use, I guess, as you say, you will have some form of natural talents as well. But having the mindset to go with it is probably half the battle and also a struggle as well. So I think they've got to work hand in hand. But, learning from so many different situations in life. I remember my dad has had 2 strokes. So he was in hospital for a large amount of time. And swimming was that escape for me. It was that place where I could go and my head would be in the water and I could really escape and give me some focus. It's always been that place that I'd loved. And, at times there has been challenges and some tears after some poor races. But at the end of the day, like I loved the ability to be able to race. I loved being in that environment, the adrenaline. But to say, I guess, where it's come from, probably some maybe born with, some nurtured from family and coaches, but probably learning from experience as well, which has been The more you learn from experience, the more it kind of drives you on to be better each day.
Do you miss it?
Oh, I do miss parts of it. I miss the competition, the competitions and the racing. And I miss, I guess, feeling like I was, in the best shape and the fittest, one of the fittest distance swimmers in the world. I miss those feelings. But I think, for me, looking back, I was ready to hang up my goggles, as you say.
Yeah.
It was the right time. I'd achieved everything I'd wanted to, and I was kind of ready for a new chapter. So I do look back probably with great memories, and that I was ready to step away, instead of, I guess, coming from the other angle where injuries or different things can force people to hang up the goggles. But for me, it was kind of from a place of being ready to take on a new chapter.
If you could change anything about your career, what would it be? What regrets do you have?
Ooh. I actually don't think I have any regrets. I think I learned so much from my swimming career. Obviously, missing out on the London 2012 Olympics with glandular fever was a huge disappointment. But, I guess coming back to the Rio Olympics, would I have achieved and had that experience in Rio? I'm not sure. So I actually wouldn't really change anything. I think if I could probably do one thing, it would be to tell myself, I wish I had more confidence in myself.
Yeah.
I was always kind of questioning myself if I was good enough, have I done enough work? Whereas when I look back at some of the things that I used to do in swimming, some of the training sessions were world class, were unbelievable. But it's only now when I reflect and I look back on them now, and I'm like, why didn't I have the confidence? Because looking now, I think, wow, that is incredible. But at the time, I was always chasing to be better and to do it faster and to be stronger, all those different things, instead of actually, I guess, having the confidence in what I was doing and believing in myself.